coming to the probably he didn't have much time to talk about the practical aspects of machine learning, how the machine learning algorithms can be implemented, which programming language is used, and how to solve the real time problems using machine learning. These kind of concepts are also equally important with the theory. So straight away I'll start the session, like anyway. Though it is a practical session, but I feel like there is a need of little bit introduction, so that you guys can really get motivated. Why should we go for machine learning, and where we can apply and all these things, so that you definitely show a bit interest in learning machine learning practically. So definitely coming to machine learning session, the first question comes into our mind is why machine learning. So this is the first question, and of course we have multiple answers, many reasons for learning machine learning. But straight away, as this is a practical session, and I will give the practical answer straight away, so to attain a good job, though actually it is not the first point to put out on the screen, but still the people actually work hard and learn many things to settle in career, to get a good job. So because actually I don't say that this is only the ultimate goal of our life, but anyway, if you get good job, if you earn something, so that you can help the people around you, you can take care of your family, society, your dependents, everybody, so that you can serve the nation also. So in that way attain a good job. But still it is surprise, like these machine learning is sufficient to get a good job. Yeah, let us see some what kind of jobs actually will get, and who is eligible to get jobs. So basically machine learning anybody can learn, like class 10 to class 11, any degree holder easily can learn machine learning. Is actually it's class 10 knowledge is sufficient. Still you don't believe me, I can show testimony, but the actually how much package they can acquire with this knowledge is around 5 to 10 lakhs per 12 lakhs per annum. Just if you have machine learning basics, if you're a beginner, you have the basic knowledge of machine learning, you don't know anything much, just you have some common sense, then that is sufficient to get a job with 5 to 12 lakhs per annum. You trust me, I can show the testimony also. It's not like that I'm just speaking about it. Of course, if you're a moderate learner, if you're good at mathematics, or good at understanding basic science and all that, with a the graduation of BTech, basic computer, MTech, MC, or equivalent computer science degree, or electronics, communication engineering, or electrical engineering, or any discipline of engineering, if you have, then that is sufficient for your confidence and knowledge to explore in machine learning. And those people will get the package of 12 to 20 lakhs per annum. It's really true. It's completely the ground truth, because with basic knowledge of machine learning, little bit background of mathematics and all that, they'll get 12 to 20 lakhs per annum jobs. And MTech, PhD, and postdocs, and for them actually definitely they'll get minimum 20 lakhs, and the sky is the limit for their definitely their salary. It's not exaggeration if you speak like that, but people may think of that it's exaggeration. But I'll show you testimony. Just a minute, I can show you, because simply speaking like this may not give this much better. See, some actually these particular guys are training the people on machine learning. This is job guaranteed program. This is 100% job guaranteed program, and this is a place after payment. To pay after placement, after getting job, you need to pay. Here they have given the eligibility criteria for machine learning. I will tell you. Yeah, full stack data science. Yeah, just a minute. Yes, data science program. I can show you. This is the curriculum of the data science. Simply they say data science is the combination. In upcoming slides you will see what is data science and all that. But in this particular curriculum they'll teach basics of Python, data science, machine learning, deep learning, and other related issues. So all together, and who can learn this program? That is the question actually. I'm just told to you that even class 10 graduate, class 12, any degree, BTech, PhD, anybody can learn. So who can enroll? See, this actually there is no limit for with respect to the educational background or stage of study. Means You might be at which stage of study. It doesn't matter for your machine learning program. If you're good at the basic understanding of machine learning, you'll get job. But here the question comes: who will take class 10, class 12 guys? Maybe at least we need degree graduation to get job in machine learning. But people say that. But definitely, I don't say the Google will company will take you with a eligibility of class 10. I don't say Facebook will choose you with the eligibility of class 10. But definitely, any startup company, they only look for the talent rather than the degree. If you're good at machine learning programming, definitely they'll pick you up. There are a lot of testimonies, a lot of guys got job with only class 12 eligibility. You believe it or not, but it is true. Only because many of the startup companies, they pay a bit less salaries than the Google, Facebook kind of reputed companies. They need only talent, basic knowledge, but they don't require any degrees. Those kind of guys easily will get class 10, class 12 candidate also will get it. Of course, any degree. But if you're good at that, is fortune enough that if you have BTech or any MTech or PSC computers, MCA computer, that is fortune. If you are PhD student, that is actually you're the ultimate person in domain of machine learning. But see, this is the second reason why we should learn machine learning. People always say that actually this is the first reason. Unfortunately, I have put the first reason is for getting a job, but in reality, as on the ethics of our human grounds, on the ethical grounds of human life, usually machine learning makes our life easy and comfortable. That is the reason we learn machine learning. So coming to that, I can show actually you need proof for that. See, healthcare, it can be applied on healthcare. I think Professor Masood must have discussed many applications of machine learning in the morning. It can be straight away can be applied on the healthcare. Many companies, Wipro, TCS, Facebook, Google, Philips Lab, all are now aggressively investing on machine learning based healthcare applications. Now the rigorous research and application development is going on in healthcare domain. Of course, in agriculture, where the agriculture may be crop based or aqua based, or the fish cropping and every kind of agriculture, aquaculture, it is used. Because I don't want to discuss theory how it will be held and all that, because I don't want to spend much time. Of course, education in future, people will learn with the aid of machines only, robotic machines or any kind of machines. With the help of machines, actually they'll act as a teacher. It's not like actually they'll keep on teaching you based upon your mood, interest, and your caliber. They will alter their teaching methodology and style. The machines will alter their teaching methodology and style such that the machines, you feel machines will be more efficient. I don't say it is not equally efficient with the humans, but definitely it will be equal. In some sense, they are equally efficient with humans. Of course, in telecommunication, mobile technology nowadays, actually, it is widely spreading telecommunication. We have almost reached to 5G technology and heading towards 6G technology in channel estimation and many other telecommunication problems like vehicle communication technology, vehicle to vehicle communication, vehicle to physical cyber systems, and many other areas of machine learning. Actually, everywhere it is used, telecommunication. And of course, defense. Of course, if unfortunately, if third world war happens, it will be in between the robots only. I don't think so. Actually, it will be in between the humans. It will be in between the missions. So mission will fight with each other. They will actually defeat one mission, will defeat other mission. Finally, they'll occupy the country. This may happen, but we we should not actually, we should not should it happen. Actually, we should not it happen. So anyway, industrial automation, every machine learning algorithm is now aggressively being applied in industrial to kind of any kind of automation process. Now the manpower is getting decreased day by day in the industries with the help of machines and the teachable machines, trainable machines. They are efficiently they are doing their jobs. Actually, that is industrial automation. And business, of course, any kind of business. It may be oil industry, it may be airlines industry, it may be any kind of steel industry, power sector, any sector. Actually, in different domains of business, machine learning is actively applied. So this is the business area. And of course, transportation, safety. In the safety area also, transportation, road transportation and safety. For example, if you look at this picture, it is resembling the picture of a driverless car, or maybe the driverless car which is driving on the road. It is equally sensing the cars of other vehicles which are moving in front of the driverless car. So it is just labeling which vehicle is moving, how much distance it is moving away from this driverless car. and what is the speed of the other vehicles, what is the speed, how much speed you should maintain. These kind of information also machine learning happily does it. And of course road safety, it avoids the accidents by employing different strategies or kinds of machine learning algorithms. We can predict the road safety and we can improve the road safety mechanism, of course. And surveillance very important for the security of the nation. See, in the surveillance, actually what we do, for example, let's look at this picture. This girl is carrying a bag. Who knows, actually she might be carrying a bomb with her, so unknowingly she put somewhere in some dustbin kind of thing, so it may give the explosion. So it is an unwanted situation. But with the help of surveillance, human beings, with the help of surveillance cameras, they can view what is happening there. But it's not possible for the human being continuously watch the video frame of the from delivered by the surveillance camera. That's why if we employ the machine learning algorithm along with this camera, it will detect automatically whenever any anomaly is detected in the movement of the girl, in the movement of the people around this place. Definitely it will intimate to the concerned people or persons who can take care of the necessary action when they can get surveillance detection. And next, food preparation and processing also machine learning can be aggressively, it's actively being used now. Many machines are coming up with the help of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and IoT technology. They all together merging up to form a very good product, and they are giving very good comfort to the people to prepare food and process. Also, they can facilitate the people to store food, process food, and to convert the food into different forms. This all is this all is possible with the help of machine learning. And of course entertainment is one of the most important sectors in today's generation. And because entertainment, money is being invested in the entertainment in all forms. So you take any Amazon, Netflix, Google, YouTube kind of entertainment sector, everywhere this machine learning is used, so that the people actually they are watching their videos or whatever they want to watch, they get suggestion from the Facebook, Netflix, YouTube. While watching all these videos, they get more suggestions. While watching one video, you'll get many videos. These are all possible by the aid of machine learning. So what is the limit for it? This though sky is not the limit. Actually, if you keep on telling the applications, you will get bored with all these applications. It is endless. So see, and many more applications you can see. But surprisingly, what machine learning can't do, that is very important question we always come across. Machine learning can do all kind of operations in real life, whatever the human beings want to make their lives easy. Machine learning does it very well. But what machine learning can't do, right? So for example, look at this picture. If a robo, you have come from office, and actually by you have a friend, robo friend. We say you have a robo, and that robo is your friend. So by looking at the mood, actually by looking at your face of the picture of your face, or you can by looking at the face, the robo usually identifies that my boss or my friend is in anger. So something has might happened at the office. That's the reason he's anger now. So I need to make him cool. She may think of like that, and she will prepare a nice coffee for it, and definitely you'll enjoy that. But machine learning, can it do? Yes, machine learning these operations also will do. They will recognize the facial operations, facial expressions. According to your facial expressions, what kind of actual decision should be taken, those machines will understand your facial expressions and will do it. Definitely these two. But machine learnings, where they will feel. See, for example, look at this picture. This lady is smiling, is throwing a beautiful smile. But can you say, is it a real smile or not? Because we don't know, because something might be feeling at the back of her mind, but on the outside she's just throwing a smile. It doesn't mean that is it really happy or not happy, we also don't know. In this case machine learning algorithm fails because they cannot play with the emotions. They cannot understand the emotions. They can understand only expressions. They cannot understand emotions. For example, look at the picture, this picture. In this picture, what happens? This girl lady is looking at sky or somewhere. What do you think of that lady? Whether this lady is thinking of something, or she is worrying for something, or she's doing some other thing. We also not sure actually what she is doing, because in this case also machine learning fails, because these some human elements are always connected with the emotional aspect. So in case of the emotion is involving in your human behavior, then machine learning fails to understand. Even this picture also, this lady is looking at somewhere. We don't know what she is looking at, whether she is looking at or really thinking of something, or she is feeling bored or what. We don't know an expression. Even surprisingly, these things actually machine learning cannot handle. Even surprisingly, human beings also cannot handle. You don't believe that, because human beings also sometimes fail to guess what this lady is doing. Outside it is doing something, but inside it doesn't do anything. Anyway, now coming to the machine learning practical approaches, what we require actually to learn the machine learning algorithms or to work with machine learning, that's very important question in our mind. The moment we talk about machine learning, it comes to your mind, and the first question is nothing. We don't require anything to learn machine learning. You just require, if you have the knowledge of basic school level programming, that is pretty good, that is sufficient, that is more than enough. If you don't have it also, no problem, happily you can learn machine learning. And of course you require the basic understanding of life, how the life goes on. What we can, if you are good at waking up in the morning, not early morning, just in the morning, just taking bath, having breakfast, going to office, doing your work, talking to your girlfriend, coming back home, taking rest. If you are good at these things, then easily you can do machine learning. You're good at understanding your life and you can do it. And if you are strong commitment to settle in career, of course this is very highly important prerequisite to learn machine learning, boss, because until and unless you possess this quality, if you don't have zeal to settle in your career, then you're not suitable to learn machine learning, of course. And zeal to learn the things, actually whatever is coming in your way, you should grab the opportunity and learn the things. That is very important prerequisite. So coming to the machine learning in a broader sense, if you take the artificial intelligence actually is existing in the world, means it is a replicate of the human brain. How the human brain thinks, in the similar fashion we will simulate the missions or the virtual world, or not it's a real time world, but actually this is not the real brain. We will create a human brain kind of facility. That facility will replace the human brain in many activities, because whatever the human brain can do, everything can do actually artificial intelligence, except the emotions, except playing emotions, everything can do. So if you broadly, if you talk artificial intelligence, it has the portion of machine learning, it has the portion of data science, it has the portion of deep learning. Of course they are not, to speak frankly, they are not separable. So if you want to learn machine learning, some way you will actually merge with the data science, because some way you must to abide to learn data science up to some extent. If you learn data science, if you want to learn data science, some way, to some extent you need to learn machine learning. Or if you sit for deep learning, to learn deep learning, then definitely you must go through the territories of deep data science and machine learning. So these three things are almost always combined, and they are not separable. So I don't want to restrict my lecture to a particular machine learning. In the broader science, it's a part of artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence, you have both machine learning, data science, and deep learning, of course. And of course, which programming languages are used. So that is very important thing. Generally, machine learning, coming to machine learning, of course the C is the best language on the earth, because C is the fastest language among all the languages. Of course I'm not talking about Fortran and all the Abel kind of languages, because they are the ancient languages. They don't have that much functionality and flexibility, because that's the reason people don't use Fortran that much extensively in the applications. Of course C widely used. If you're good at C programming, you can develop machine learning algorithms in C programming, machine learning programming. And if you're good at C++, you're welcome, you can do it. If you're good at Java, you can do it. If you're good at MATLAB, also you can do it. If you're good at R language, you can do it. Machine learning can be done in any of these programming languages. That's based upon your comfort and interest. If you're good at any of these programming languages, you can do it. And Python, of course, Python is one of the promising programming languages in recent years. It is rapidly developing in the area of computer science applications and human life. So, and coming to other, actually any personal programming language, if you are capable to invent your own programming language for machine learning, that is also welcome. So you can do any of this programming language. But in this particular session, we are restricted our analysis to Python, because there are multiple reasons for it. The C language, C++, Java, it requires this kind of expertise. If you're good at very good at programming, this very high level advanced programmer, then I suggest you to use C++, Java programming language for machine learning. So this is very good option for the people, those who are very good at programming. Very good at programming means if you are caliber to design a compiler on your own, then I suggest you to do machine learning programming by using Java, C++. Of course MATLAB is another option, but MATLAB has certain limitation in machine learning. The reason MATLAB, of course, is good for signal processing algorithms. Whatever the signal processing operations we do, we do using MATLAB. this very promising tool, very nice tool, mathematical tool available to us for scientific programming and mathematical operations. But the negative side of the MATLAB is the compilers actually designed by the MATLAB, they are a bit slow, so they are not that much perfectly suitable for the machine learning, because machine learning deals with a lot of data, a lot of information. So MATLAB has a limited capacity to, of course, they have very good compilers, but their compilers are not perfectly suitable for processing machine learning algorithms, because they are computationally intensive. There are multiple iterations, loops will be there. So in order to handle these kind of operations, MATLAB is not that much efficient. But apart from machine learning, MATLAB is good for other things. If you want to do research or application or programming in communications, control systems, power electronics, power devices, biomedical engineering, signal processing, any kind of signal, audio, video, signal processing, MATLAB is pretty good. But for especially machine learning, it is not that much preferable. Of course, R is another choice that is equally fast with the Python language. Python actually is very good language, but R is also equally good. But R, it's more of statistical based. Means this is being used by the mathematicians. More of actually the R is flexible for the statisticians. Whoever using statistics, doing working on statistics, they can use R very much acquainted with very much. They can use flexibly. But Python, of course, is the intermediate language, because it is not tougher than C, C++, Java. It is definitely later than, and it has different in many other actually features. I will show you in another slide. What Anyway, I'm just starting. Yes. Yeah, let us see. Just I'll finish off the introduction in just 5 minutes, because without knowing the basics of these things, you cannot do the reason. Anyway, so Python is very useful language to do machine learning. Of course, in this session we will be dealing with the Python. We'll be having some hands-on experience with the Python, and we will go up to the level of machine learning algorithm implementation using Python. This is the motto of this session. So of course, coming to Python, this was invented by this Guido van Rossum in 1971. Actually, this guy was reading the script of BBC comedy script of Monty Python's Flying Circus. It was actually their comedy script. One day, one a good afternoon, he was completely free to enjoy his day. So he was reading the scripts of some comedy series in his book, in the magazine, that is Monty Python's Flying Circus. Then he felt very happy to that kind of comedy they have generated in the BBC comedy script. He felt very happy. So based on the experience, based on the happiness he received from this particular comedy script, he named the programming language which he has invented in Python. The Python came into the picture by the name of this particular Monty Python's Flying Circus comedy series. He was watching that comedy series, actually reading the comedy scripts in BBC journal, you can say magazine. Actually, this is of course these invented from ABC programming languages. Now this Python is being maintained by the software. Python is being maintained by the software. Foundation. That is now that is a non-profit organization. Now also they are maintaining it. All the libraries, all the new things coming into the Python, they are incorporated. This particular organization, people working in this organization is constantly improving the Python programming language. Of course, these are the links to know more about the Python introduction and how the Python was, how the Python came into the picture world and all that. You can see this guy has implemented Guido van Rossum. Okay, first actually why Python? Actually, that is the reason. The Python, of course, as I told you, C, C++, Java, many other programming languages are there, but still why people use Python for machine learning? The pretty much very simple answer is it is much user friendly than C, C++, Java programming languages. Of course, are also. It may not be that much user friendly than MATLAB, but it is user friendly. It is the second user friendly as compared to MATLAB. But MATLAB, the downside of the MATLAB, I told you, it is not suitable for high processing machine learning algorithms, very highly computational machine learning algorithms. That is the reason MATLAB is not that much preferable. And next optional language, next option is Python. Python is user friendly and it has a clear syntax. It is fast enough. as compared to C. C means is the second fast enough language. First one was the C++ programming language. Next, it is equally fast with Java programming language. That is the reason. And another, it has much actually flexible syntax, classes, dynamic data types, many things actually. Much comfortable syntax is there. So that is another reason. And another very important thing, multiple programming paradigm. What does it mean? Multiple programming paradigm in the sense, for example, object-oriented programming, we know C, C++, Java, C++, Java kind of programs. Actually, they work with the help of the objects. Okay, we have the procedural programming language. We know C, COBOL, Fortran. These are the procedural structural programming languages. They actually work based on the structure of the structure. Okay, after the structure, then the functional programming languages, we know, for example, database, SQL, Scala, etc. So the beauty of this Python is it satisfies the object oriented programming language characteristics. It possesses the procedural oriented programming characteristics. It has the functional programming characteristics, functional programming language characteristics. So altogether, it has the characteristics of all programming language. That is the reason actually Python is highly preferable for not only machine learning operations, for many scientific programming operations. But Python is preferable. So of course, it is extendable. The beauty of this is it is extendable with C, C++, and other programming languages, databases, makefile, scripting languages. Means, for example, some portion of the code you can write in Python, and other portion you can write in C. Why we need to write like it? For example, when you are writing the code with Python, I can I think I better just a minute. What? So, code. Yeah. Yes, will quickly jump to where it is. It's opening anyway. Let it open. So actually, the extendable means some portion of the Python code you can write in the Python programming language, and rest of the portion you can write in C language. Again, you can come back in Python. You can continue in Python. Means you can mix two or more than two programming languages with Python. So why we need to do? Because Python actually always this Python is always needed for. I think I have the whiteboard also, right? I don't feel like. Yeah, I think I have whiteboard. Yes, yeah. Yeah. So for example, if you look at yeah, if you look at, for example, yeah, for example, this is your Python program. This is your Python programming language. Some portion of the Python language you write here. Then you entered C language here. This is your C code. This is your C code. Then C code is over. Then again you switch back to Python. Means this you have executed this portion first in the Python. You have generated some results. Then you passed the results to the C programming. Then C got executed. C got executed here, and it has generated some results. Again, it passed the results to the Python programming. So because sometimes you need to do very high speed operations, which usually Python is not that much efficient as compared to C language. Because I told you now, so this Fortran is the fastest language, but Fortran has very less flexibility. Next fastest language is C only. So that is the reason, if it is highly computational process or operation, or you need a lot of mathematical calculation to be done. In that case, actually you will write in the C programming, then the output is generated by the C will separate to Python, will integrate, and all these things. This cross compilation, cross integration is possible. That is the extendability. You can do it in the Python also. This portable, of course, you can write Python language in one machine, and you can execute the Python language in other machine. For example, these IoT operations applications are all being done like that only. For example, in the IoT operations, you design a machine learning algorithm, you run it, you train it, you test it, everything you do it in your Windows operating system. Once you finalize the model, or once you finalize the algorithm, then you will dump this algorithm to your Raspberry Pi model, or your Raspberry Pi Bagel board, or any kind of small IoT device. So portability means one platform you can develop you can dump it in the, you can shift it in the other platform. So you can use either Windows, OS, Mac, bare metal, even without OS also machine learning algorithms. That is the beauty of Python. And of course it is powerful. And of course scientific programming is very important, actually the feature of machine learning algorithm, this Python. Because if you look at C++, Java, they are more of actually being used for operations or web kind of standalone design, web design or standalone design operations. For example, if you have see, for example, if you have a yeah, for example, if you have C language, use C language, whatever C language is there for web, you use it for website design or standalone application, or any kind of like small computational intensive standalone. But if in case Java also, you do the same standalone website development. In case of C++ also you do the same, but in case of Python, you do the programming, scientific programming. For example, if you want to write a program e power x into cos x square plus y sin square plus root over 3 e power x, if you want to solve this differential equation, it's very difficult for a programmer to solve using C or C++ or Java. But Python, you believe me, they have actually the excellent facility of scientific programming. These particular two libraries, NumPy and SciPy, I'll talk about this in upcoming sessions. These two actually they give the facility of scientific programming. For example, if you want to solve integration, differentiation, or if you want to develop any modulation operation, demodulation, FFT, DFT, wavelet transform, any kind of scientific programming, if you want to do these things, actually C++ is not preferable to do these kind of scientific programmings. They are only preferable to develop the websites. They are only preferable to develop the standalone applications or any end product, but they're not preferable for scientific programming. So that is the reason Python is it. Of course, Python is hardware supportive, because you can dump the Python in Windows machine, you can dump the Python in FPGA machine, you can dump the Python uh, Raspberry Pi, you can dump the Python in ARM programming, ARM processor, Cortex processor, Snapdragon processors, Jets and Nanobot. For based on different applications, we use Python in different platforms. These are all the hardware platforms. Think Raspberry Pi. These are all the hardware. So it supports all kind of hardware. Python. So of course, actually, it can interact with the cloud. Now the cloud is aggressively spreading. So cloud operation, cloud computing, everything is being done in the cloud only. So almost all the operations are being done in the real-time internet access, everything. So now they are much more flexible with the cloud operation. That is the reason Python is being extensively used in the industries. Moreover, it's open source, free language. It's MATLAB. If you want to use MATLAB, you need to buy the license. If you want to use R language, it is limited for only statisticians and mathematicians. It cannot perform other operations. Means it can perform, but it's not flexible. If you, for example, if you use C++, Java programming language, they are good and suggestible for website development, website designing, or standalone application designing and all that. But they are not for computation, scientific computational operations, mathematical operations, scientific operations. If you want to solve a physics problem, you want to solve a chemistry problem, if you want to solve a engineering mathematics problem, all kind of problems can be very efficiently handled by this Python programming language. Of course, now coming to the practical session. So of course Python can be installed. Any actually there are different versions, different ways we can actually install the Python software, because already I told you, in order to carry out the machine learning operations you need Python. So first you need to get the Python into your system, then only you can continue working on machine learning programming or any other kind of deep learning programming. So there are different ways. First way is bare metal Python use software, this Anaconda distribution, active Python, all these things actually I will tell you, no problem. So what does it mean? Means bare metal means directly, if you do, for example, if you click on this link like this, you'll be directed to a website. There actually you need to download the Python exe file and you have to install it. I'm just showing. See, for example, I have clicked on it. See, this is actually directing me to my website, and I can download Python and I can install. Simply I can download and install. It is 26.9 MB. Anyway, but this is the first way. Another way. First way. That is another way. Second way is Anaconda. So Anaconda, see, Anaconda means this is the first way of Python installation. See, Anaconda installation. Anaconda also, if you click it on this website, their website, this is a Python distribution. What does it mean, Anaconda? I will tell you. Yeah. For example, it is directing to Anaconda website. But what is it? This Anaconda. Anaconda indicates that actually the Python is available in different forms. One of the form is yeah. I can put like this. For example, Python raw Python is available means directly you can download the Python.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Screen not visible, man.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
We could see only your face.
Yeah. Right. Now?
Now it is okay, sir.
Oh, fine. Yeah. Since how long it has not been visible?
Immediately I called you.
Oh, fine. Yeah, this is, for example, this is a raw Python. This directly it can be downloaded from this link. Directly from the python.org link, you can download that. Van Rossum, good Van Rossum actually is the proprietor of this Python software, and he is maintaining some Python foundation. Through this Python foundation, he has putting all the Python library softwares here. You can download directly and you can install. That is the bare metal Python software installation. But sometimes now the new actually market leaders, they have come into the market. They are actually coming with a distribution. Anaconda is a kind of what they do. They have done. They have encapsulator this, and they have encapsulated this Python plus other features into a particular software. Python plus other features, that is Anaconda distribution. Means if you're a beginner, it is actually a bit complicated process. It's complex process for you to directly download the raw Python, and whatever other things are required, you have to integrate all these things. Are they messy? It's a process bit messy. But if you're a beginner, if you directly install Anaconda, you don't need to do anything. Just simply install and run it. That's sufficient. This particular website gives the Anaconda information clearly. Directly, if you click it here, then Anaconda will get downloaded. Simply it will get downloaded. It is 500 MB software, and directly install it. That's sufficient. You can directly work on it, Anaconda. And other, of course, other versions of Python is also there. I can show you. Yeah. Like, yes. See, this is Anaconda. This is the way they have to install. The procedure is given here in the slide. Of course, it's not required. You can do it later. Of course, the other versions of Python, like Active Python, is there. The same thing is given in the websites. You can go through the Active Python website and download the software install. C Python is also there. And Thought Canopy is also there. There are different kinds of Python versions. Not, I can say, distributions. I can say not version. Python distribution means they have given Python with some extra features. And Thought Canopy also given Python with some extra features. And this Active Python also Python with some extra features. C Python also like that. Anaconda is also like that. Okay, they have given like that. But anyway, for your flexibility, I will go with Anaconda. And of course, where do I write programming? Python is a compiler, I tell you, because Python is just like a compiler. It's an interpreter also. The beauty of Python is C programming language has only compiler. Java has both compiler and interpreter, but Python has both compiler and interpreter. But what does it mean, compiler and interpreter? Here, the basic difference is, for example, yeah, you have a lines of code. In C language, if you want to execute a code, you have to write all the code on a particular IDE or a place where you have to write the program. After that, you have to save the program. After that, you have to click on the run. Then the program will run. Okay. So, for example, if you get any problem here in this line, again, you have to open this program and correct this line and do it. But in Python, you can actually simply what you can do, you can write each line of Python code, one line, then immediately you can run. You can see the output of that line. Next line, if you want to write, you write and run. Next line, run. So all program all together you can write and run. That is the first way. Or each and every line you can write and run, so that your debugging process will become easy. For example, the after writing this code, if you run it, then if you get any error, then immediately you will come to know the error is with this line only. Something has happened to this line. You have to modify this line. For example, in case of C, sometimes the error is not understandable after running this code, complete 10,000 lines of code, 500 lines of code, where the error has come, how it is being rectified, how to rectify all these things is a very tedious process, difficult and boring process. But in case of Python, each and every line you can run, and you can see whether the line is executing properly or not. If you are satisfied, you will go and write the next line, you will execute it. So in this way, the programming will go on, will take place. That is actually, this is the interpreter. Each line of code is being executed, that is the interpreter. The whole sum of code is being executed at a time, that is the compiler. This is the compiler, this is the interpreter. But you can do both operations here. If you are interested to do compilation, means all program at a time and run, that is also possible. The interpreted language means line by line, if you want to run, that is also possible. That is the beauty of the Python. Okay, next coming to this, of course, all these things are over. Now installation also over. Now straight away, yes, these are the IDEs. IDEs in the sense, you will write the Python programming, right? So for every Python is a compiler, but you need to write a program, you need a place to write. That is known as IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Generally, we use Notepad++ application or IDLE or Qt console, different kinds of places. For example, this Notepad, if I take Notepad, see, this is one simple small text editor IDE. These are also small IDE. See, for example, if you want to run the program, you can run here, you can write the program here. After writing the program, you have to save here. After saving it, you have to execute it in the Python. So this particular Notepad is IDE, means the place we are writing, where we are writing the program is IDE. The person who is compiling the program is compiler. Like the Python is a compiler and interpreter, but this is the IDE. You need IDE to write the Python program. Without IDE, you cannot write the Python programming. Okay. So first we will write the programs in any one of these IDEs. These are the preferable IDEs, but of course Spider, PyCharm, and Jupyter, these are being used by the research scholars and extensively used by the academicians to write the programming. But for industry persons, if you talk to the industry person, they use VS Code actually. They have the special facility, like they can integrate with the database, they can dump the code into deployment. All these facilities are available with VS Code. So that's why in industries, VS Code is IDE is used. Of course, you also can use if you're interested. That is very good. I appreciate you. But if you use Spider, PyCharm, Jupyter, that is also welcome. Good. So of course, for example, if you want to work with special actual IDEs also, if you have FPGAs, all these things. Now coming to the Python programming, we will go first. I will actually open Anaconda, and the question is, I came to know that simply I type Anaconda, I'll get Anaconda Navigator. Simply Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda shell. Just a minute. Yeah. Anaconda Navigator. Yeah, this is Anaconda app. I'll get Anaconda app. I will open it. Anaconda I have installed already. The installation procedure I have shown to you. Yeah, just a minute. This is the installation procedure I have shown. You can install if you're interested, but don't install. I will tell another simple technique to you. Don't worry about it. Without installation also, you can run the Python programming. Because just I wanted to show you how Anaconda looks like. That is the reason I am just opening Anaconda and trying to show you. This is Anaconda installation. This is the complete procedure is given here. Just go to the website, click on it, then the series of steps actually. Next, you will press and you will get it. So Anaconda is getting opened. Those who have standalone PCs, those who do not have internet connection, those who have Anaconda already installed with them, so they can happily work with Anaconda. But those who have internet connection, those who have my Gmail ID, then they don't need Anaconda also. They can do Python programming in the online. Now the facility is being provided by the Google. I will in a moment actually I will take it to you Google website and I will show you how it will be done. Yeah, this is the basic Anaconda actually installation is done. After that, the Anaconda is getting open a bit slow. Why, I don't know. Getting open. Anyway, it will take time. Anyway, in the meantime, let the Anaconda be open. In the meantime, I will take you to, for example, those who do not have Anaconda or any Python installed version in your PC, then what to do? For example, you can do actually Python programming in the online also. For that, you need Google Colab. Actually, this is being invented by the Google. Now the Google has come up with Google Colab. You type Google Colab. So if you type Google Colab, see, please remember that actually in this particular 1 or 2 hour session, I cannot provide the complete actually the flavor of Python or complete flavor of machine learning. Just I can show the teaser of the machine learning in Python, not even trailer also, because you need continuously 90 long hours to learn the machine learning with Python, using Python, because you need to have basic understanding of Python, then basic understanding of machine learning algorithms, then you need to know how to implement machine learning algorithm using Python, because Python is a programming language, machine learning algorithm is a theoretical concepts. Actually, they are the concepts. You have to implement those concepts using this programming language. That's the motto. So in the just 1 or 2 hours, you cannot do all these things. But in this session, you believe me, I will definitely fill you the confidence in you, where, because even if you don't need to learn Python from anywhere, you don't need to attend any course, you don't need to go to any coaching center to learn Python machine learning, you can do all those things on your own. So in this complete 1 hour session, I won't teach you Python, I won't teach you machine learning, I will teach you how to learn Python, how to learn machine learning. That particular idea I'm just going to provide in this complete 1 hour. So you type Google Colab, then you get it a window like this. Google research underscore Google Colab, click on turn. Now your actual Python programming will start. This Conda is getting actually is loaded because my laptop is a bit slow, I feel like. Anyway. Yes. So first, actually, it is in my account. So definitely the Google Colab is in my account. So the moment actually, if you are already enrolled with, if you are already logged into your PC with Gmail, your Gmail ID, then automatically it will direct to your Google Colab account only. It is my Google Colab account. So like that, if you write Google Colab and click it like this, see Google Colab, and click it on this button, you will direct to this particular link. If you click it on this button, you will direct to this particular link automatically, because already you are logged into your Gmail. So just in the online you type it, then this is of course cancel. Then file, go to file, then new notebook. See, this is the place where you can type your programming language, Python programming. If you have already installed Anaconda and if you are good with Anaconda, that is okay, appreciated. If you don't have Anaconda, don't worry. If you don't have bare metal Python, don't worry. If you don't have Anthot Canopy, don't worry. Okay, simply this window it will come like, this is the name of the notebook. We call it as a notebook actually. This particular ID is notebook, is the online IDE. Simply I can write first, I can say ML, just IPYNB means IPython notebook. IPY means I interactive Python, NB means notebook. So simply it will come like this. This we call it as a cell. Okay. This actually it is auto saved like Google Doc. You don't need to save anywhere. It's automatically saved in the online or Google account. And you can ask me, sir, where this particular actually is getting saved. This notebook is saved. So if you go to my mail, I will tell you where where these things are being saved. Yeah, this is with Chebolo anyway. I think I better switch out to Chebolo. Another account is there. Otherwise, I have to switch it out to another account. Yeah, this I will do it. That would be better for me. Yeah, these are getting open or what? First ML, See, go to your Gmail, and in the Gmail, you go to your actually see Google Drive, then Google Drive where it is. Yes, Google Drive. The moment collab, you open the collab, you will get the window like this. Very simple, boss. Again, I'm telling you, go and open Google Collab. Then you will get a link like this. Okay, very simple. You will get a link like this. Bit slow, I think. I don't know. What's the reason for today? You will open the Google Collab, then you'll get link like this. Then after that, you click it on the Google Collab. Yes, you'll get a link like this. Then click it on. Then Google Collab link gets opened. Okay, after that, you save your program name. Any note, cancel it, and actually this file go to new notebook. There actually you have to give the file new notebook. Then your notebook is getting loaded. Yes, after that is getting open. Just a minute, it will open. Okay. Yeah, it is open. The name actually you can mention the name here. The second, anything actually, ml.ivmb. Now after that, if you press on code, then you will get a new cell that is called a cell actually, where you can type your own programming. For example, the Python programming is, yeah, just a minute. Anyway. So Python program, for example, you can test. For now, how Python program looks like. See, now the Python program. See, this is simple. Actually, anything you can write. Actually, this is a simple language, human understandable language only. Just like C, like programming language. For example, I can show a simple Python programming language here. A is equals to 2. Now I'm storing the A value in 2. Now if I run A, this particular cell is, if I click it on, then it is running. The cell actually, if I click it on the cell, the program will run. Yeah, it is running. See, it is running. Initially, it will take for the first time, but after that, it will run. See, now I want to see what is there in A. Simply, I can write print A, and again run this. Each and every line I can run and see. That's what my beauty of Python. See what is there in A. 2. You can see. In the similar way, for example, if you put actually my cursor here, you will get some option like plus. Again, new cell can be added. If you put it, if you press it, again new cell like this. As many times you press this and plus code, new cell will be added. Here I equals to B is equals to B. Then I can write C is equals to A plus B. Then if you put semicolon also, nothing will happen. You can put, if you don't put semicolon, nothing will happen. Both are same. B is equals to A into B. Any kind of mathematical operations, E is equals to A divided by B. Any kind of, just like C programming language. I will, because actually here you can't learn complete Python 3 hours. Just I want to show you how Python looks like, and where to learn Python also I will tell you how to learn Python on your own without going to any coaching center or any store. Just give 90 long hours time, that is sufficient to learn machine learning in Python. So for example, print A, I can write. So print at a time I can write print A comma, sorry, B comma, C comma, D comma, E. For example, let us print what we are getting. See, just a minute. Why? B is not defined. Otherwise, one after another it will work. Actually, it has to, just a minute. Print A. Oh, B, I have not executed the cell. C. For example, I have to execute the cell. Next, I have to execute the cell. I have to execute the cell. Next, I have to execute the cell. Now, then only B can be. Now A comma B, what's going on? C. 2 comma 3, A, B is 3. And if you want to D, C, execute the cell. Each and every time you can see output. Each and every case also you can see output. F, like that. So this is very easy. Means I want to tell you that the Python programming language is very easy. The basics from the basics, where to learn, how to learn. Also, I will tell you. Don't worry, because this is because a by b is giving the float value, because this is float value. Even 2 by 3 is giving 0.06666. That is the float value. So this is the way actually Python cells are created. Python cells are executed. Python actually finally Python scripts are written. So like many other operations, like 2 plus 2 you'll get 4, 50 minutes, any kind of, for example, you want me to do this operation, even surprisingly without writing any, I'll tell you, Python without writing, for example, if I write like that, 50 minus 2 star 6, what happens, let us see. Just without writing any, by default it is showing some answer, because we are not storing the value in any variable. That is actually just we are running the script there itself. The reason actually, if you want to use this 82, you cannot use again. For example, if you store any variable like that a, now I'm just storing in some f, executing it. Now for example, in the new text code text, for example, if I write some g is equals to some 90 minus a, already I have executed the f value, so 90 minus f. So because this value is stored here, that is the reason I can use f here. If it is not stored anywhere, I cannot use. That is the problem. So simply I can write like this. Now if you want to print g, another way of printing g is simply you type g here. You don't need to write print also, automatically the value will come. If you write print g also, both are same. Or simply you write g also, both are same. Both are same. Both are same. G, it is actually showing as a tuple. So simply I can write in the next line so that I'll understand. So in this completely 2 hours, you cannot learn the Python, but the Python is very simple to learn. I will tell you where you can learn all these step-by-step arithmetic operations, logical operations, how you learn whatever the C, like, whatever the concepts are there in C language, all the concepts are there in Python also. And you can learn all these things from this website only. You don't go to anywhere. Just Python it was you go to. Yeah. See, this is python.org website. I'll go to the website. In this website, you go to just see how to learn Python. First, actually, you want to do machine learning programming. First, you have to get into the Python website. Then documentation. Go to documentation. Okay. Then beginner's guide. Then beginner's guide. Then first you go there. Then start learning Python. Simple. Want to just you sit in front of your computer. Then go to this website. Then open beginner's guide. Then that beginner's guide will show you what you can do with Python. So if you are beginners guide in the beginning, actually you will slowly learn all the Python concepts. And once you're acquainted with it, then you'll become the advanced learner. You will go to the advanced level. You don't need to go to any coaching center, or you don't need to go take any coaching from any institute, or you don't need to take anything. Just simply you can learn all these things on your own only at your home. You have the YouTube also to do all these things. Many Python playlists are available in YouTube. Just a minute, I don't know why it's slow, getting slow. Yeah, I think I will switch off this one. Necessarily, it's waste of memory. Yes. Okay, coming to Python. Yeah, it's a bit slow. I don't know, stuck somewhere. Yeah, you go to beginner's guide.
Participants, please wait.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, because there is a small problem. Yeah, coming to Python beginners guide, everything is here actually. So just actually see how to learning Python your own. Simply you go to some download examples or examples. Simply you go there and standard Python library examples, module examples. Every beginner's guide is also there. I can forward you because there is a just a minute I think. Yeah, beginner's guide examples are there. Python OS. Downloading some examples. Beginner's guide download. Yeah, tutorial. See, simply just it will give you like you can keep on actually searching about this first. I will tell you the tutorial. For example, I will start from here. Some particular. See, for example, 2 plus 2. How it is done? Simply you open this Google Colab. Open the Google Colab and you just practice this one. You'll understand actually see the explanation is also given here. You just read this one and you just practice this one. This concept is one. Again, next read this one, practice this one. Next read this one. You keep on actually all these things from basics to from table of content 1 to from this particular what is new in Python from here to everything. If you practice, then you don't need to practice these many things also. First, actually, in the initial days, if you practice, if you get sufficient concept, directly you can go on to work. In between, if wherever you want, you can go, come back, and you can learn, and you can actually learning and working simultaneously should be done because you cannot remember all these things, all the modules, all the functions, all the operations. You cannot remember, you cannot do all these things. That is the reason. Simply the basics, whatever the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, all these things. Tutorial, you go tutorial, then up to first, second, third, just fourth, fifth, any 5 6 actually in a chapters you do it, then you come back, you do it. Even I will provide some online resources also. From there also you can learn videos, resources, and all these things. So this is the way Python you will learn. So I will show you what you can do in Python. See, you can actually see all the arithmetic operations you can do in Python. Of course, all the arithmetic operations, floor division, modular division operation, all any kind of arithmetic operations. For example, if you want to calculate the area, the width is given, height is given, width into height, you will get some area. That any kind of like in basic simple mathematical operations you can do with the help of arithmetic operations. Next one is uh, string related operations. You can relate actually store the strings also Python. All these things are available in this document only. You don't need to go anywhere. Just see. If you want to do relate strings, see, you click on strings, you will get it. What they will do, all these things you will get it. Just you go through the document, Python help document. You go to simple way. Again, I'm telling you, go to Python website, this document python.org website, then go to docs, Python documentation. Otherwise, here also you can go to docs, then beginner's guide, then go to tutorial, where it is. Just go to tutorial. Then you will get all the concepts of Python. Then each and everything you open and practice, then you will understand how the Python programming language. Where you will do all these things in the Google Colab only. In the Google Colab, each and every you will create the cell, run the cell, create the cell, run the cell. This is running. This is creating. Right? For to create new cell means you have to click it on X. Then, for example, S is equals to some 3 plus 5. Now I'll write print S. You can straight away you can do it. Any kind of operations you can do. It's very simple. This is basic Python programming. You can do it. You don't need to run anywhere. This is the prerequisite. Sorry. This I have to run first. Then I have to run this. Yes, is it like that. Anyway, I think I got a message from somebody. Someone. Let me take a call. Fine, sir. Okay. So this is the way you do it. Like Python programming you learn. Next, coming to this. Machine learning, how do you do machine learning using Python? Because I already told you Python requires at least 10 to 20 hours to learn completely. Then machine learning altogether with Python, it requires at least 90 long hours. You cannot complete in just 1 hour complete it. But I will show you how you will do it, how you have to learn it. This Python portion is clear, you can learn. Now coming to this actually machine learning is scientific programming, because actually we already in the morning session, I think Professor Madhusudan Mishra must have told you about machine learning, how we operate the machines, where we actually, why should we learn the machines, what actually we will get from the machines and all these things. Probably if in order to do the mathematical operations or a kind of application if you want to develop using machine learning algorithm, because see there is no confusion at all. Python is a programming language, machine learning is a theoretical concepts that is applied on the problem. In order to solve the problem, you need Python programming language. Means Python, with the help of Python programming language, you will code the machine learning language. That machine learning language will solve the problem, whatever the real-time problem we give it. So here actually some standard packages are there. Means Python actually it will use some more extra, just only raw Python, basic Python, it's not possible to complete your application, development of application. You need some more extra libraries, just like in C language we have some header files, in Java we have some libraries. In the similar fashion in Python also you need some extra libraries. Those libraries will help to solve the scientific programming, not just machine learning. It may be a signal processing, communication, power electronics, power systems, power device, FPGA programming, any kind of scientific programming if you want to perform, you need extra libraries along with your core Python software. So that those libraries are NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. These are very standard libraries because they are being extensively used in industries. I'm talking in terms of industries as well as the research purpose. See, this is NumPy. For example, if you want to perform any numerical operation, for example, matrix multiplication, matrix division, matrix transpose, matrix inverse, adjoint matrix, if you want to find eigenvalues, if you want to find any kind of numerical differential equation calculation, integration calculation, all these kind of numerical applications, scientific programming. I'm not talking about just the website designing or just website actually, no, just like C language. If you want to perform any scientific programming, numerical operations, you need NumPy library. If you want to perform any signal processing related operations, for example, if you want to perform the FFT of it signal, if you want to perform the power spectrum of the signal, if you want to perform the DFT, if you want to perform the what we say relay energy of the signal, if you want to perform the wavelet transform of the signal, if you want to perform the wavelet transform or the EMD Hilbert transform, or any kind of modulation, demod, any operations related to signal. If you want to perform the related to signal, because those who are working on machine learning, definitely they need to deal with signals at some point of time, because the machine learning was originated from the signal processing. The base of the machine learning is signal processing only. So you cannot straight away go to the machine learning algorithms. You have to somehow go through the signal processing operations at some phase of your machine learning algorithm development, and you must use these libraries, because any kind of operation signal processing, you need to find out the mean, mode, median, cuts, skewness, different kinds of mathematical like entropy you want to calculate. You want to calculate the different kinds of signal processing operations. You need SkyP library. Data exploration, ultimately the machine learning algorithms works on the data only. So because the machine learning, in the sense, I think you must have come across a machine learning in the morning. You will have some data, you need to work with data, then you need to work with data, means you need to capture the data, you need to process the data, you need to make an algorithm for the data, you need to finally get the end result from the data only. So in everything is based on the data only. So for that actually purpose, you need pandas library. This is a library, this is exclusive library for pandas data exploration. If you want to perform any kind of operations on data, that is pandas is used. For example, you want to plot, you want to make plots on the data. For example, I am getting data from somewhere, I want to see how the data is looking like on the graph, so I want to plot it. In that case, I need these libraries for data visualization and plotting. Matplotlib, Seaborn, all these libraries are required. And coming to scikit-learn, yeah, this is actually, of course, scikit-learn, mlib, and pycaret. These are the exclusively machine learning libraries, because all the machine learning algorithms, they have some special mathematical operations they have. With the help of this NumPy, SkyP, those operations are not achieved. We cannot perform those operations. We need special library. That library is scikit-learn, mlib, pycaret. These are for machine learning and data processing. These are the special libraries we will be using. And TensorFlow, PyTorch, Caffe, Theano, Scrappy, Beautiful Soup, all these things. Sorry, these three: TensorFlow, PyTorch, Caffe, Theano, CNTK. All these things are used for machine learning and deep learning operations. So they will see. Please observe. For NumPy, numerical operations, you need NumPy. For signal processing operations, you need like SkyP. These are like, assume that, for example, in C language, stdio.io.h, because stdio.io is a header file. In that you have some functions. Any standard input output related functions are combined into that stdio.io.h. For example, conio.io.h. In that conio.io.h in C language, this is the similar fashion. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, I will show you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For example, in C language, you will have something like stdio.h, conio.h. All these libraries will be there. What these libraries will do? Well, it's not getting. Yeah. Fine. So stdio, for example, in C language, you will have stdio.h, stdio.h, means whatever the standard printf, scanf functions, all these things are available. Printf, scanf, all these things are in this library. In the same way, conio.h is another header file is there in C language. Different actually input output, console input output related actual operations carried out in this particular available functions are available in conio.h. In the similar way, here also the libraries, some machine learning related libraries operations are available in the scikit-learn. In this deep learning are available in TensorFlow, PyTorch operations. Only numerical mathematics related operations are available in NumPy. Only signal processing related operations are available in SkyPy. Only data related operations are available in pandas. So in this way, actually your machine learning algorithms will they use it. So actually what this NumPy, all these things will do, I will tell you. See, these five libraries, I will tell you, these five libraries you must have thorough knowledge or good knowledge on these five libraries. Then only you can complete your machine learning algorithm. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you, because as I told you, if you are a beginner, if you want to get a job with a 5 to 12 lakhs package, you must have knowledge of these 5 6 libraries. Any library, if you want to learn, don't worry, don't go anywhere. Just see, type NumPy. I'm just in this lesson, I'm just teaching you how to learn these things. I don't teach, because NumPy it has 1 lakh functions. I cannot teach 1 lakh functions. You cannot remember 1 lakh functions. You cannot work with us. Simply, what you do, just each and every library, learn 20 hours. And in these 20 hours, you learn how to work with this library. Instead of learning this library, you learn how to work this library. So what, see, go to the documentation, NumPy, then go to the documentation. How to learn? Simply open that library, then go to the documentation, then see getting started, then welcome to NumPy. Then for example, in our system the NumPy is there, and for example NumPy is a special library that you have to install first. If NumPy is there or not, how do you check? Simply install every library. Whenever you come across first time, you have to install NumPy. Means simply pick install NumPy. Simply first they are given how to getting started. See, you go to this particular website to install NumPy. We strongly recommend use scientific Python distributor. Simply they have used pip install NumPy or conda install NumPy. Anything you can use. Conda, if you use Anaconda, you use Conda. If you use simply Python or this one, pip install NumPy. See, if I write pip install NumPy, sorry, this I have to write exclamatory symbol. Yeah. See, the requirement already satisfied means it's already installed. But the beauty of this Google Colab is it is being provided by the Google company online IDE. This is coming with pre-built libraries. Just like Anaconda also is coming with. Already I told you, na, very long back. Why? What is the advantage of Anaconda as compared to just normal Python? I told you this is a simply this is a bare Python. This is Anaconda. This is bare Python. This is Anaconda. It comes only Python. No other things are available. But it comes with Python. NumPy is already installed version will be there. Skype is also will be there, and Pandas also will be there. Probably scikit-learn also will be there. If it is not there, we can install also. It is not required also actually. If it is, we cannot expect everything will be there. If it is not there, we can install. The simple, the installation command is very simple, boss. I can say like, see, I will show you. The installation command is pip install NumPy. For example, pip install Skype. Simply I can write pip install Skype. Simply anything actually if you want to. Of course, it is also already required to be satisfied. Means it is already it is coming with inbuilt. It is scikit-learn. I say scikit-learn. Scikit-learn. Who don't know how to install all these things? Who you can ask me, sir? How do we know we have to put the hyphen or column or space? Why it is wrong? All these things. Immediately, for example, see it is giving some error. I think I don't know. If it doesn't give it, because see there is error. How do we know, sir? Actually there is a hyphen here, all these things I can, because we don't know anything. Simple, you don't know anything, simply open Skype. If you don't know about Skype, open Skype. The documentation, go to documentation. Everything is there. See, user made manual is also there. Skype introduction, there also they can give the Skype getting started. See, install pip install Skype. They have given command how to install. Okay, for example scikit-learn, you don't know, let's say scikit, anything you go to Google, type it, they will give you scikit-learn. Then go to website, then here actually some user guide, install user guide is there. User guide, because yeah, install is here. See how they are installing. This is the command to install pip install use scikit-learn. Simply this copy and paste. Simply anything actually. Simply they given each and every website. You just spend time only. That is only required. I told you, na, you must have GIL to learn machine learning in Python. Nothing else is required except these two. Pip install. Simply I will copy otherwise. Because I am using exclamation remark. Please remember, if you use collab, then you need exclamation remark, because otherwise it will give error. But if you use only anaconda, you don't need any exclamation remark. Of course, it's not showing any error, but it will show error. See, it is already required satisfied. These are also coming with inbuilt. These also, this particular requirement is satisfied means these also coming with inbuilt. So every library is the beauty of this particular collab is it is coming with NumPy, SciPy, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, all the libraries whatever we discussed in the PPT. All these libraries, pandas also. Let us see pandas is available or not. I don't know. Let's pip install. How we don't know how to install pandas? Simply go to pandas. Simple boss. Pandas. The Scikit-learn is not required. Just pandas. Only pandas. Yeah. Go there. Just pandas, Python, data analysis library. Install pandas now. See how to install pandas. Simple. They are given command. Yeah. Jupyter Lab. See. Import pandas. It is not there anyway. Install pandas. Okay. We don't know. Just simply pip install pandas. Pip install pandas. Otherwise, if you don't know anything, pip install, you type pandas. Yeah, it will give some help to you. It is showing some documents. See, install pandas also. Some kind of actually see. You open some links and you will understand how to install. Everything is available. Yes, pip install pandas. Pip install pandas. Installing pandas from purpose simple. Everything is available in the online. Just I'm not teaching you the machine learning like algorithms. I am teaching you how to work with the machine learning. Just everything you can learn. Install pandas. Again I will run. Yeah, it is also already running, so it is also it is coming with inbuilt, so it's already requirements. In this way you can actually install any of these algorithms, any of these libraries, NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, all these things inbuilt. If you don't need to, for example, if you want to work with Google Colab, even you don't need to install these also. The reason they are coming inbuilt. Okay, so this is the NumPy actually. Why I already told you. For example, matrix operation. If you want to do, I will show you. For example, this copy I will copy. Yeah, I will show you what matrix operations I can perform. I'm just adding new code. Just here. Example, after installing it, then I have to use, if you want to use the NumPy, how to use NumPy? That is very important question, because everything is available here. User guide, what is NumPy installation, quick start, then how to use NumPy. First actually you have to import NumPy, otherwise see these things simple. Import, first I have to write this one. First time if I want to use NumPy, import NumPy, this particular statement I have to write. You go through this website, you will understand what they are written and all these things, but you need to spend only time. Everything is understandable. First time if I want to work with NumPy, first time I have to write import NumPy, means I'm importing NumPy library and its aliasing name is NP, means I'm importing NumPy library with its name NP, means next time if I write like, see, you will understand. NP dot array, will understand. See, NP dot array, because see, simply I will write NP dot array means NumPy. NP is what? NumPy means I am creating array with the elements 2 3 4. If I run it, then it will show 2 3. It is a creating array and its value is 2 3 4. Simple. This is a matrix. For example, if you want to create a matrix, simple, you go to this website. So initially spend 20 hours. First you understand each and every command you try to execute. For example, see, array is this one. For example, इसका data type क्या है? What's its data type? Let's understand. See, I'm coming here. For example, I'm storing the value in A, then its value is A, it is not printed. Now, if you want to print, there are two ways. I already told you. You can write A here. Otherwise, I can write print A here. Both are same. These things you can do it. Very simple. Very simple. You can learn. First, actually, after opening your notebook, learn Python. After learning Python, go to NumPy website. Each and everything you learn first. Each and everything you type it and check it. What is each and every command you type it? This is the command. See, these arrow marks are there now. These arrow marks are there now. This is the command, and this is the result of the command. This is the command. This is the result of the command. This is the command. This is the result of the command. For example, a dot data type name. See, let us see what is happening here. For example, yeah, I am writing this one. This a is I'm storing the array into the variable a. Now a dot data type name. What it will give? We'll see. Means it is integer data type 64-bit. That's what everything like that. So each and every numpy command first 20 hours you learn first, not more than you don't need to learn each and everything also, because your life is not sufficient to learn all the, because 1 lakh functions are there in numpy, but you just the basics only you learn. How to multiply, how to transpose, how to find out the eigenvalue, how to find out the array column vector, array vector, all these things you just see some basic they have taught. All these things, if you get sufficient confidence on this, then sufficient actually. Just these things you learn, that's sufficient. Means you will get some idea about how mathematical operations will work on, how mathematics. Then in the similar way, Skype also you go to user guide, then practice with the user guide, getting started, then user guide, tutorials, then for quickly Skype functionality, reference guide, reference user guide, tutorials, all these things. See, Skype first, from Skype import optimize, just a minute, reference guide. For example, Fourier transform, if you want to find Skype Fourier transform, you go there, see how one day type 1 DC discrete cosine transform or first Fourier transform. Let us see. See, this is the explanation they have given. For example, this first command you have to use means from Skype.fft. Skype is a library. In the Skype library, FFT is a function. So in this particular module name, I can say, in this FFT module, you have two functions. FFT is there, inverse FFT is there. Means from Skype library FFT module. Skype.fft means from Skype library FFT module, I am importing FFT function and its inverse FFT function. So these things you have to import. Simple. Okay. Then simple. You want to do anything, you go here. Just see. Running this one. First initial command. This is fine. Very good. Good. Running well. Then next one is I want to create an array. Copy. See. It's a numpy array. Okay, and I'm saving its name is some a is equals to numpy array, capital A, I can say numpy dot so and so. I'm creating array. Okay, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So if you want to see what is there in A, you can type A here. Capital A, I think. What is there in A? Like that. You can see. So every library, these 5 libraries, you go to the user guides, start learning one by one. Then after that, you will find FFT. Simply I can write copy, then go to no code, then run, then FFT of capital A. Mine is capital A, right? So I will write it as capital B. So whatever it means, small b or what called. So now if you want to see what is FFT is there, see simply B. Oh, sorry, capital B is there, I think. Small b. Case sensitive, please remember. See, this is the FFT of how many coefficients? B dot B, but we don't know how many coefficients are there now. By default, actually, if you don't know how many coefficients are there, it will write actually. Where it is, this one. IFT, FFT. If you click it here, then it will show you by default how many. 512 coefficients, I think somewhere. Anyway, if it is not known also, simply I can write like LENGTH, length of B. So length of B indicates how many elements are there. I think LEN, sorry. You don't know actually. For example, you may get confused. For example, I have written length of B. I got error. Then you may get confused. Sir, how do you know that LEN is correct keyword and length is not correct keyword? Then simply it is giving length is not defined. Means length is not defined here. So just search in the Stack Overflow. Then it will give you. Python length is not defined. Simply it will give you. You click it here. Then it will give some suggestions. See, use LEN, not length. So simply everything is available in the online. Everything, whatever you get. For example, Python length, simply Python LENG length. See, you don't know. See, it is giving. Instead of LEN length is a built-in function in Python. You can give length of the so and so string and all that. Simply, it is giving answer. Otherwise, any this one usage, no problem. You will get somewhere some link. See, length of LEN, length of just string. This is the syntax. For example, in this also, in this example, I have put LEN len of. Is the variable is B. It will give it. See 3. So there are 3 coefficients actually. So length of B is equal to 3 rows. Otherwise, you can do size of B also. Size of B. Again, it's strong. Then B dot size, I think. Yes. So B dot size means its length is 3. Anyway, but you don't know how to write B dot size dot size of B. Then simply write here Python size. Everything you search in Google, you will get it. You will get the help. See. Just two links only I'm opening. I'm just teaching you how to learn. Just I'm not teaching actually. See, simply they are giving example also. See, np dot size of array, or simply size of array comma 1. Otherwise, yeah. Time is equal temp is equals to some array they have given. Simply if you want to find out the sign, temp dot size. Clear? See, temp is equal to some array is given. Anywhere you will get the help. You don't worry. Anywhere you will get. For example, temp is equal to like this. For example, now after that they have given temp dot size. It will give the temp dot size. We don't know how to use it. Then immediately go to Google. Anything comes into your mind. For example, how to you, for example, you have given a matrix here. You don't know. You want to do a transpose. It has come to your mind. You want to do a transpose. You don't know how to do transpose. So simply Python matrix transpose. Check it in Google. Everything is available. Transpose of simply just 3-4 links. You click it. See, for example, what is the procedure? Yes. See, Geeks for Geeks also very good. Geeks for Geeks actually you want to do Geeks for Geeks is very good, man. So always I suggest you to use Geeks for Geeks. Simply, I can use NumPy, Geeks for Geeks and all that. Yeah, this is simply transpose. So I can write here these things. So NumPy instead of NumPy, because we are already we have aliased NumPy as NP, so I don't need to write NumPy here. I have to write NP here. Please understand. We have aliased means your NumPy name is now NP. We have rename. So that's the reason I have written np dot matrix. What is the matrix? Temp. Temp is my matrix, right? Now see what I'm getting. This is the array. Okay, but let us see. Size dot temp dot size, I think. Temp dot size is this one. Now this is temp2. I am storing temp2 dot size. Simple. Temp2 dot size. This I have to run first. Then see, this is also single vector, so it's 4 cross 1, 4 cross 1, 1 cross, same thing. It is showing 4 cross 1, 4 cross 1, same thing actually. So 1 cross 4, single vector. That is the reason it is showing the same thing. Anyway, but you can do the same thing. Whatever comes to your mind, please remember, whatever comes to your mind, you have to do it all these things by using the user guide. First, initially it spend 100 hours. The first 20 hours you learn NumPy. And this next 20 hours learn SkyPy. Next 20 hours you learn Pandas. Next 20 hours you learn Matplotlib. Next 20 hours you learn scikit-learn. These 5 are sufficient, I can say. So first 20, 100 hours if you learn, then immediately you'll get understanding how to use all these things in programming and all these things. In future, I mean, in coming slides, I will tell you how to use all these things on machine learning program. I will show you, because you got some basic understanding of NumPy, numerical Python, scientific Python, data visualization, and all these things. So now coming to machine learning. So what kind of operations usually we do using machine learning? Machine learning, already I told you, it's a theoretical concept. It's a concept, mathematical based concepts. It's not programming language. These concepts can be implemented in any programming language. It can be used C, C++, Java, R, Python, MATLAB, anything. But Python is preferable language. So what are these actually operations can be performed? You can perform the regression operation. So you can perform the regression means you can predict the output. Previous value, what is the previous value based on the previous experience. You can predict the future output. That is the regression value, this prediction or estimation. Or you can predict the localization. For example, if it is a kind of signal, I'll tell you. So for example, I have given a signal like this up to A to B. Okay, then B to D or B to C, I want you to predict it. Then you, based on the experience of this portion, you have predicted the future value like this. That is the regression. In case of the signal, you will estimate or predict this one using the machine learning algorithms. Okay, first portion. And second one is like localization. Localization means I am taking an image. If I take the image, see, there's a lot of cells on the image. One cell, these many cells are there, particular cell is got infected. This is, let us say, this is a cancer cell. Let us assume that. I will show you. Yeah, let us say. For example, see, this is the image of the cells of human body. I can say like, I can say, this is the image of the cell or human body, where actually I think, yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah. In this case, you see, this is a infected cell. You want to find this infected area or portion. So how do you find it? That is the location. Localization means you want to find out the location. Means you have to detect the location. That is also possible. That is also kind of prediction problem. If you have prediction means if you want to estimate the future value, then That is the prediction problem or regression problem. You can do using machine learning algorithm. If it is a localization problem, means you want to locate you want to find out the location of any particular thing, not only cell. For example, see, uh, in the beginning of those slides, actually, I told you this slide. I told you this girl about this particular girl. I told you. See, this girl is wearing the actual bag, so you want to find out the location. You want to find out the location, the localization means you have to mark this location. How it is possible? By using the machine learning algorithm. The location problems also can be found by using machine learning. In detection problem, detection means whether it is there or not. For example, one person, you're a doctor, and you came, actually you're diagnosing a patient, then you want to detect that patient is infected by malaria or not. If the patient is infected by typhoid, and if the patient is infected by COVID or not, means you will detect it. In case of detect means either yes or no problem, whether you will have it or not, these kind of problems. In that case, if it is if you, on the first stage you will detect, in the second stage, if he has this particular disease, then how severe it is also the another point of actually prediction. In that case also machine learning algorithms can be used. And another way, classification problems also. These are the regression problems and these are the classification problems. Classification means there are 10 different types of classes. You have to choose any particular class, means you have to decide which class belongs. For example, uh, a machine is trained such a way that the machine is trained such a way that 10 different kinds of objects are exposed to the machine. It will decide what is the exact object that you are looking for. That is the classification. And again, in the classification also localization problems here, object detection is there, segment, different kinds of problems are there. Anyway, but let us move on to that. These are the very important C standard libraries for machine learning algorithm. I told you these 5 libraries: basic Python required is required, and NumPy Skype is required, Funda is required, Scikit-learn, and these are required. So what they will do, this is for numerical and scientific programming, this is for data exploration and data visualization data. If you want to use the basic method learning, this is the deep learning, and this is the plot visualization. These are the important libraries for ML. So these 5 libraries you have to get acquainted with. You have to go through the internet, search each and everything, go through the user document in practice, then you will understand basics. Once you understand basic, then we will quickly jump onto the machine learning portion. So coming to the machine learning, as you know, this particular machine learning operation is a sequential process. The first, initially the raw data is available to you. After that, the raw data is contaminated by a lot of noises, unwanted components. Now you will do the pre-processing where the noise and unwanted components will be removed. Then the data will be given to the next block where the data preparation will take place. Data preparation means, for example, here let us assume that the data is coming into the system. It has different lengths. One is 5-second length, one is 10-second length, one is 15-second, one is 8-second length, one is, because if you cannot keep non-uniform length data for the process. So that's the reason you will first trim the data. That is one kind of preparation. Another thing is that, for example, the data is, it has more number of samples in the less space, means highly sampled signal. You have to reduce the sampling, means down sampling, up sampling. All these things will be done in the data preparation. Means the data is prepared such a way that it will go to the next level, next phase of the machine learning algorithm. Means it will be accepted by the next block. So that is the reason it's the duty of the machine learning engineer or the person who is taking care of that to prepare the data. In companies, you don't believe that actually in industries, the complete machine learning work won't be carried out by a single person. This complete work, for example, in case of research or your academic project, you alone has to handle all these operations on your own, because you're only the person take the data, you're only the person pre-process the data prepare you have to do, extraction, all these things you have to do. But in companies, 8 people will be there. One person will be sitting, he'll take care of only pre-processing, he won't do anything. One person will preparing the data, another person will take care of these two or any one of these two, and another person will design this one. Finally, this person will do something like this. 6-7 people. Actually, one of my friends recently, he told me, like, he's not doing all these things. He's just doing this ML paradigm part, and rest of the things are being done by the others of the company. So here in the pre-processing, what they do, initial noise elimination or any artifacts, low frequency, high frequency component elimination, unwanted signal elimination will be done. Then data preparation. After that, the complete data is huge. It is actually in the order of gigabytes, megabytes, or the length of the data is huge. You cannot process the data, the huge data, with by the using machine learning algorithm, because it consumes more memory, more computation power, more processing speed, everything it requires. So it's not possible all the time. That is the reason we will take some salient features of the data. So the, for example, if you take the complete data, let us say, I can say, I can say, just a minute. Yeah. Uh, mm, yes. For example, the data is complete data is, let us say, 1,000 sample data. 1 2 1,000 samples are there. Like 1,000 samples are there. So 1,000 samples. Each data is 8-bit data. 1,000 into 8 means 8,000. 8,000 bytes. I think this is 1 byte. So 1,000 bytes, 8-bit. 8,000 bits means 1,000 bytes. 1,000 bytes actually required to store the data. See, just one sample of data. Like that, let us assume that you are taking 1 lakh data samples. Means each data is 1,000. Like that, 1 lakh means 1 lakh into 1,000. How much memory is required? 1 lakh into 1,000 bytes are required. Imagine this much actually space is being occupied. 1 lakh into 1,000 bytes. So it is not good all the time to consume more memory, because you have limited memory on the PC, you have limited memory on the processor capacity and all that. That is the reason. Instead of taking the complete data, you will take some portion of the data. Like, what I will do, I will 1 to 1,000. I will generate mean of the data. Mean value means, that sum of all the values be divided by the number of values. You will get only one value. Some for example, all the mean you will get 2.34. For example, let us assume that. So this data only you will take. How much it is occupying? It is just occupying 2 bytes or 1 byte or 3 bytes. See how simple it is. 3 bytes, let us assume that 4 or 6 bytes, let us assume that. In this case, it is occupying 1,000 bytes, but simply you are taking the mean, that is 3 bytes. So that is known as one feature. Mean is a feature. For example, median, that is also another feature. That also occupies 3 bytes. For example, average power, AVG power, that is also another feature. So like that, instead of taking the complete data, you will take the properties of the data, like mean, mode, power, all these things. Those are known as features. In case of the feature, actually that is feature engineering. So we will take the data. So feature. Then after the features, for example, from 1,000 data, you are collecting 100 features. But 100 features are not good sometimes for machine learning algorithms. Sometimes you will have only some 2-3 features are good out of 100 features. So you will select those features out of 100 features. That is known as feature selection, because this is a big area. Because which feature has to be selected, feature has to be rejected. That is the based on the output. Actually, based on the performance of the algorithm, a lot of exercise has to be done. It's not a straight away. Actually, you will create the features in the straight away, but you cannot select the features in the straight away, because 1,000 out of 1,000 data, you will create 100 features. But 100 features, which one is the good feature? Which one has to be taken? All these things are very important to consider. This is a big area, big understanding of the problem. So we have to work a lot to understand it. And after that, machine learning algorithm design. After designing the machine learning algorithm, you have to train and test the data. Finally, you will train rigorously the model, so that that model performs to the satisfactory level. Whatever you have planned to get the output, you are getting that output, means you are happy. Now once the model is ready, then you freeze the model, then deploy it to the end system. So for example, you're a machine learning engineer, you're doing a project. So you want to give the output to the you want to give the output to a, you're doing a project for a XY person. You're doing an agriculture project. You are selling this project to a farmer or to a person. So what you will collect the data, you will do all these operations. Finally, you have trained, tested, you feel it is satisfactory. Now you don't do all these things in the machine which the farmer has it. In the simply you will give the end product. That end product directly you can install it, just like APK file, just like application file. Because in the in Android, what we do, Android, we will create the applications, we will do all the application, but finally what we'll do, we'll generate the APK file. That APK file only we will install, we don't install all the programming of the application. Just in the similar way, we will create the like you know a end product file, whatever it is there, that is a Docker file. We say the Docker file is deployed into the end system. There it will only the end result will run. Nothing actually is required to do. Simply whenever new data comes, it will predict it. This is the flow diagram. It will. This is the life cycle actually of the machine learning algorithm. Now coming to this, the basic machine learning flow algorithm already I told you. But anyway, here in the implementation point of view, for example, how it will work. For example, you have a data. The data is available maybe in the website, or maybe you're in computer, or maybe in the cloud, or anywhere in the data source. Then you will load the data first. After loading the data, then you will check whether the raw data is suitable or not. For example, this data is with feature data or raw data. If it is a raw data, then you go into the feature, then feature creation, feature selection is required. Then you will do it to some pre-processing, means some kind of preliminary operation. Pre-processing in the sense, it doesn't mean that the elimination of the noise or elimination of the things. Actually, you will have some trimming, some removing, some outlier removing, many things will be there in the pre-processing. That is the feature selection. Feature engineering is tough part, I told you. Na? Then after that, you will be training the data, means you will create the data, training for something, testing for something. Then after that, you will create the model, then train the model, then test the model, then you will check the performance of the model prediction. If the performance is satisfactory, then you will check the performance results, they are satisfactory, then okay, you will stop the process. If it is not satisfactory, again you go to training, then model, you will change the model again, you will train again, you will test, you will check the performance of the model, then again check the results. You're satisfactory, no, again go back, change the model. You keep on changing the model until you get the satisfactory results. As long as you don't get satisfactory, you don't get satisfied, then you keep on changing the model. That is only the machine learning algorithm does it. So this is the way that so this is the way we do it. Hello ma'am. Hello
Yes, sir.
ma'am, how much time I have?
10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, sir. Okay, no problem. So coming to actually, I told you, like, how the machine learning algorithms can be done and all that. I will just show one sample example. I'll file new notebook. Just new notebook, I'll show you. This is a, yeah, just a minute. There it is. Yeah, I want to upload the new notebook. So just ML prediction. Just some prediction actual example I'm just trying to show you, because as I told you, I cannot teach the complete machine learning, but I have told you what are the requirements of machine learning, all these libraries and all that. After getting sufficient confidence all these libraries, then I have some notebook in my PC. I will upload this. This Google Colab is nice environment, nice idea. You don't need any idea to work with. Actually, you don't need to install anything, because if you install anything, your PC becomes slow. I don't encourage you to install any. Uh, yeah, just a minute. FTP machine learning, FTP machine learning, then prediction. Yeah, simply yes. You can do classification, image prediction, localization, cancer detection, any kind of operation. In the beginning, I told you. For example, first, what I do, machine learning, every machine learning programming starts with importing libraries. You need to import libraries. Without, already told you, because this pandas, numpy, skype, all these things are the imported libraries. For this, in this project, I'll use matplotlib for plotting purpose. Then numpy. Yeah, I think some message I got. I don't know. Yes. Somebody has raised a hand. Yes. Somebody raised a hand. Yes. Soumya Siddharth. Yeah, tell me please.
Madam, any doubt?
Soumya
Sir, you
Siddharth.
proceed, sir. You proceed. Night
Yeah,
hour.
yeah, please. Okay. So just actually see, I'm just going ahead with the programming. Just I have, let's see first actually these are the libraries required for my project. Then how do you decide? You will keep on this. Actually, you will be knowing that how to decide. First, what I will do, I will upload the file, the data file. I have actually I want to what I will do. I want to predict the stock values of a stock exchange, Tata Global stocks. Tata Global actually is the company. In that company, that it is listed in NSE, National Stock Exchange. Based on the stock market previous values, I want to predict the future stock value so that the buyer can buy it or they can take the decision regarding their stock price, whether they have to sell their stocks or buy the new stocks and all that. So based on that, what I will do, I have to upload a file. First, I want to upload a file means in the Google Colab, means my file is in the desktop. See, my file is in the desktop. That's what the algorithm told. You have to upload first data. You have to take the data from either local drive or cloud or portal. Anywhere the data may be there. Here in my case, actually the data is in the desktop. See, in the desktop, it is an. This is my, yeah. This is my NSE Tata Global data. So if you want to upload in that Google Colab, this command is used, but you don't know how to upload Google Colab data from the desktop, because see, each and everything you don't know. Let us assume that you don't know anything, but you are doing. Simply you type here. Everything you type. How to upload data or file data in Google Colab from desktop, from local drive or desktop, anything is fine. Simply they will give some anything actually. See, you just click it on everything just to click. Even in the actually see, surprisingly some YouTube videos also there, so they are also helping us to do it, how to do and all these things. Simply see, simply they have given some suggestion how to import data. Then simply see, these things are given to us. Just a minute. If it is a drive, means it is not from the desktop. Just a minute. So from local drive, import data sheets from towards Colab with the local drive. Yeah, the Google Colab itself they have given. Each and everything you don't know, first see, these two commands will help you to upload the files. These two commands. Simply these things are already, yeah. You can search actually, you can search, no problem. Here also it is given. See, these two commands. Google Drive, yeah. Simply see, to upload your local drive, from your local drive, start with the following code. Simply see, from local drive, very easy. Everything is available in the internet only. Please understand it. So just I am copying and pasting here, right? Now I'm clicking it on. Sorry, I have to click it first this cell. Anyway, let me, I'll wind up quickly. Yeah, first actually I'm choosing the file where I have stored it from the local drive. See, this is the file actually from this folder I'm uploading. Yes, now it is getting uploaded. See, the file is getting uploaded. If you want to see, click it here. The file you can see. This is the file name came. If you click it here, this gives the file information. Okay, first I have to click this one. Then after that is already I clicked it, so no problem. Then after that, this file I have to convert into the table. So convert it, because I, as I told you, now pandas will help it, because this is the data. If you want to deal with the data, pandas is required. That's what, because this contains the data only. So simply I use this command pandas pd.read.csv. If you don't know how to read the data, simply everything search it. Read data using pandas. Which file it is? See, simply you search actually which file it is. CSV file. Read CSV data. Read CSV file in pandas. I don't know how to do it. I also don't know. Let us see how simply they are giving some suggestions. Yes, they have given some suggestions. Each and everything you can learn. See, they have given some examples. See, pd import pandas.pd, then df is equals to pd underscore read csv, that file name. Simple. These two. See, import pandas.pd, already I have done it. Once I have done, I don't need to do it again and again. First time is sufficient. Then pd.read csv. Simple. Then I'm executing. Okay. Now this data is given in the form of tables. If I don't write df here, simply it is reading but not displaying here. I told you now anything. Then after that, this file I have to convert into the table. So convert it, because as I told you now, pandas will help it, because this is the data. If you want to deal with the data, pandas is required. That's what, because this contains the data only. So simply I use this command pandas pd.read.csv. If you don't know how to read the data, simply everything set it. Read data using pandas. Which file it is? See, simply you set check which file it is. CSV file. Read CSV data. Read CSV file in pandas. I don't know how to do it. I also don't know. Let us see how simply they are giving some suggestions. Yes, they have given some suggestions. Each and everything you can learn. See, they have given some examples. See, pd import pandas.pd, then df is equals to pd underscore read csv, that file name. Simple. These two. See, import pandas.pd, already I have done it. Once I have done, I don't need to do it again and again. First time is sufficient. Then pd.read csv. Simple. Then I'm executing. Okay. Now this data is given in the form of tables. If I don't write df here, simply it is reading but not displaying here. I told you now anything if you want to see, write the df. Okay. So if I write the df means this is the table, because it has 1226 rows and 20 columns. It has 20 columns. Then open, close, volume, stock trading, these different parameters they have given. The data itself I have downloaded from Tata Global company. So this is the data. Okay. Now after that, what you will do? What is there in the data? I want to know. How many these names are there? This is there. What it indicates and all that. Let us say df.info. How do you want to know? Because how do you know that df.info will give something? How to check the information of data in pandas. Simple, very simple. See, df.info. See, they have given info, means simply info is used. Let us actually another website also I'll take. Yes. Anything. 2-3 websites helps you can take. So simply df if we take df, then a lot of the complete table will be given. But if you take df.info, see the information simply like that. Each and everything I am just doing from the internet only. I am not, see, you don't need to learn anything on your own. Everything, see. Now df.info means this gives the information. What is that? How many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 columns are there. What is the first column? Date, open, close. It is giving, see, these are the column names. 20 columns. And how many nulls are there? How many not nulls are there? All these things they are given. Okay. So actually how many 1226 rows are there, but out of 1226, 1116 are non-null, means they are not null elements. Only remaining are null elements. So simply what I will do, not null elements are, I don't require anything, because null elements are not useful for me. That is the reason I will remove the null elements, means drop NA. drop NA means drop null elements, null array. Simply drop null element. If I drop it, then how many remaining things are 29, 30, 31, 32. Because first, see, I want to show you because the data so that you will understand. Wait, look at the data, then you will understand how it looks like. So all these things you can learn. Yes, somebody pinged me. Yes, someone. Yes, I shared jam file with meeting got. I don't know. Oh, it's not mine. Okay, fine. It's not mine. Yeah. For example, just let me open it. I think it's getting open. Let it open. Will take some time. So actually, there are 1226 columns. 1226 columns. But out of 1226 columns, these columns only have the data value, valid data value, and the other columns have no valid data value. I will show you. I will show you. Yeah, it's getting open. Let me show you. Yeah. In the meantime, we'll go to the next slide. See, after that, in the df contains data frame. I can say df means data frame. In the data frame, there are 11 columns. Sorry, 20 columns, 1226 rows. Okay. In the 20 columns, the column names are date, open, close, volume. So if I write like df oblique date means the date is whatever the date is there, I am just reloading the date. What I am doing that pd dot date time means actually I am converting this format. So simply what it will do, I will show you actually what it is there exactly. Df of initially how the date would be, I will show you. Date. See, now the format I will change. What is this? So double column. You get errors, but definitely, and you get errors only you learn many things. Otherwise, you can't learn. Why it is not coming? Date, not date. Or df capital date. I think capital date. Sorry, capital date. See, there are different dates: 2017, 11, 2016, 16, 11, 2000. This is actually the format of the date is date, month, year. Now, if I write, if I run this one, and the format is changing. This is means actually we are working on the data. We are manipulating the data. Manipulating means we are not changing the data. We are converting the data. We are making operations. See, again, after conversion of the data, see now the format. See here the change actually. Simply how it know pd dot pandas dot to date time df dot start time year month. See the format is year month date. You understand? If you don't know how to change the data, you type it here. How to change the format of date in pandas. Simple. Everything is simple. Everything. You understand? See, pd dot date time of DOP. Simple. Yeah, this one. Earlier the date format is this one, but the now date format is this one. They have changed like this. So anyway, actually see the DOB earlier the date format is this one. Now the date format is this one. DOB1 like that. Actually, so they can anything if you want you can do it in the Google only. That's what. After that, after changing the date will be like this. That after that index actually see index positions are like they are not like 29. They are starting from 29 to 1196. But my index should start from 1 to right. So I will write like this. My index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just reset index. Drop true means original index value you have to remove it, and in place of the ascending index you assign it. The meaning of it is if you don't know anything you search it in the Google, you'll understand. I will share this code to you. Each and every line of the code you try and search in the Google what is its meaning and all that. If you don't know anything you can search in the Google. all the give explanation. Control C, copy. The machine learning algorithm, everything you can do. See, all these things you can learn in the online only. It will give reset the index and all that. It will give the information. You don't worry. Yeah, fine. So, and coming to this, like this. First, what I'm doing nothing, man. Actually, I'm just working on the data only. First, I have uploaded the data. Then I found some null values are there. Some I have seen some how many non-null values are there. How many null values are there. After that, I have removed the null values. Then after that, I have changed the date format. Then after that, I have rearranged the index. After that, what I have done nothing actually. Till now, the machine learning has not started. Just I'm changing the data. I'm playing with the data only. Now after that, sorting the index in the descending order, just like that. Just I wanted to show you. I have no particular relevance to do that. Just I wanted to know, because how you will work and all these things. I wanted you to know. That's the reason. I want you to know. That is the reason. Just def dot sort index. If you don't know anything, you go and search. You'll understand what is there. So in the same way, after that, date reset. After that, actually see that I'm changing the index, but I'm changing the date also in the proper order. So again, see, like that. Then after that, you will come like this. Then now, till now, I have not done anything. Just I am playing with the data. I have arranged the data in the proper order, 0 to 1168 rows, and these are the columns, and this is the date in the ascending order, and this is the format of the date. After that, I have to train the data, test the data. Machine learning algorithm means I have to split the data. How I am splitting? I have out of 11,068 up to I have splitting the data 900 training, remaining for testing. So the training the data train the complete data from is 2 to 900 means what? From 0 to 900 means 0 to 888,899 data. Up to 0 to 899 values I am taking it for training. So 900 to end, up to end means remaining 1168 1167 is the last row number. Up to 1167th row I am just taking the testing. So now after that, see, I am taking the training shape. Train dot shape is this much, 900 rows, 20 columns. If you want to see test dot shape also you can see that will happen. See how many training is for 900, testing data is 200 samples. Each sample is 20 column, each sample is 20 column. Okay. Now choosing the independent parameters for ML. Now the ML actually, I want to ML, what I will do, I told you stock market prediction is my aim. So how I will predict the stock market value? Simple. As I told you, these are the opening value, closing value, volume of the stock. Okay. Then the mean, max, yes, low value. So opening, closing, low value, open, close, value, stock value, low value, yes. These are like many columns are given, but I am not interested in analyzing all the columns. I am taking only few columns for my analysis. If you want, you can do all the columns also. It's not required. Actually, you will get very good results with the, because I'm choosing the independent and dependent parameters to train the test algorithms. For example, open, high, low, volume, stock trading. These 5 parameters I am taking. Okay, because means what? These are the available. I know the opening value of the stock price. I know the what is the highest value it reached in the day, what is the lowest value it reached in the day, how many stocks are there, and how much it is trading percentage is there. So these are the information it is in my hand. So I need to predict the close value, how much actually I have to sell it, because based on the information only I will take the decision. Because if I know pretty, if I have to predict this close value so that I can sell it. Otherwise, if I don't predict, then how do I sell it? It's not possible. That is the reason these are the independent values, and based on these values, the close value is decided. What is the opening price, closing price, stock value, how many stocks are there, what is the stock trading percentage. Based on these information, this closing information is decided value. So that is the reason from the training data, these particular columns of information, I am storing it in the X train. This column of information, I am storing it in the Y train. X train means the dependent value, independent value. Y train means predict the value to be predicted or dependent value. In the same way, X testing purpose also, these particular column of data from the X train testing purpose also, this is the predicted data or the data to be dependent. This is the data Y test. So we train the algorithm with training data, then we will test the algorithm with testing data. So now let us see the shape and again training set, how much shape it is. No, I have to run this column. If you don't, if you forget now, then it will give the error. You have to go sequentially. Yes. Now see how many rows? 900 rows. Okay. But how many overall columns are there? 20 columns. But how many columns I am taking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the reason training data shape is 900 rows, 5 columns. Testing data, how many rows? 900 rows. How many columns? Only one column. Okay. Sorry, Y train, X train, Y train, independent, dependent. In the same way, testing also. 286 rows, 5 columns, 286 rows, 1 column. After that, what I will do, let us say, let us simple run a linear regression model, small regression model, right? Yes. For example, just I'm making this particular from sklearn linear regression is where is the linear regression is available. You don't know linear regression, all these things. Simply write Python linear regression. Just you'll get a lot of help from the YouTube metal. See, simple. They have given the example coding program also. Yeah, simple, very simple. See, first what you have to write from sklearn.linear model.import linear regression. I have written the same thing. Okay. Then after that, what I have to do? Simple. They have created the data, but they don't have data. That's why they have created X. They don't have data. That's why they have created a Y. But we have data. X and Y is not required. After that, straight away we will go to this point. We will create a linear regression model. Then after that, we will fit the model. Then after that, we will find out the regression score, how it is fitted or not. So simply, we have imported this library. Okay. Then after that, we have created the linear regression model. Then we are fitting the model. To fit the model, already we have created the linear regression object REG. With the help of REG, we are fitting it with what? For X train and Y train, because training data should be supplied for training purpose. So X train means this is my input data, this is my output data. Y train, this is the expected data to be happen, like this is the predicted data. And after that, you will get it is trained, then the prediction score is stored here, the prediction value is stored here. Okay, then the fitting is done. Then after that, but it is properly fitted or not, how do you decide? Then you have to predict it. It is, see, you go through this, you'll understand. Once it is done, then after that you have to go to the predict the model, where the model is properly done or not. See where it is predict. I can show here also if you want. Model.predict is somewhere is there. Where it is model.predict. Yeah. Click it up. Predict. Control F. Predict. Yeah. This is the prediction. Predict. Okay. Yeah. This is the predict. Here it is predicting. How do you predict? You have to supply the test data because you have trained it properly. Now you will supply the test data. You will, with the help of the test data, you will predict the new value. That new value I am storing into a particular extra column. Okay, that is done. Next, I am plotting this. Let us see how it looks. See, this is actually my original data. Okay. After that, this is the predicted data. If you want to see how the predicted data looks like and all that, I will just a minute. I will show you. See, this is my original data, train data, test data. See, this is my complete data is original data. Just this is my train data, this is my test data. But I want to predict actually. So with the help of predicted data, let us check whether it is falling or not. This is see predicted value is overlapping, means it's almost predicting. This red one is predicted, green one is, I think you can see it, right? So this green one is, I don't know whether it is visible to you or not, but I can make it big. See that green one. See the small green color graph is there. That green color graph is the actual data. The upper one is the top one is the predicted data. Now let us see. This is the first way. Actually, I have drawn the figure. Now let us see the scatter plot for this. See, this is the original data. It has to come like this, but the predicted value is almost close to the original data. I will share this code. You can actually observe later how actually this scatter plot or all these things are done. You can each and every line you type and run it. Each and every line you type and run it. Then after that, this is the first linear regression model. With the help of linear regression model, I have done. In the same way, decision tree model, I have again from the sklearn library, decision tree model. Again, I have created the decision tree object. Then I have fit it. All these things are available in the Google only, sklearn. To do it, again, I have done it. Then again, I'm predicting the score, then predicting the value, then again plotting. See, this predicted value, again you want to see without prediction, just raw data I am just drawing. This is my original data. This is my training data. This is my testing data. Okay, with the help of this testing data, what is the predicted data? Yes. Again, prediction score. See, this is the prediction score. Means this is somewhat linear regression model is somewhat better. It is near to the original red line. It is somewhat not good actually. This prediction is not good decision tree. Another algorithm is random forest algorithm. Probably in the theoretical concepts, Professor Masud Mishra must have discussed all these things. Maybe in the next session you might be discussing. I don't know. Again, random forest. Again, all these things you can search. Again, predict it. Again, do it. Then finally, draw the plot. See the original data again. I want to show you original data how it looks like, the predicted data how it looks like. This is the original data without prediction. This is the test data. This green is test data. This yellow is the train data. Now, yes. Now the predicted data is overlapping. Now the prediction score is somewhat. It is also somewhat good actually. If you look at it, then XTST algorithm is also another algorithm. See, we have done 4 algorithms. This is a random forest algorithm. This is decision tree algorithm. This is the linear regression algorithm. This is only the prediction problem. So just a minute. Yes. Okay. Last algorithm it is extra tree. Again, I'm doing the score. I'm predicting score. All these things available in the internet. Yes. This I'm predicting the value. Then plotting it. Again, see this is somewhat closer. Now the prediction value. Let us see how it looks like. This is the prediction value. This is the original red plot is the original. It is expected value, but the original like it has to come like this only. But the expected values are nearby the original values. So fine value. Now let us see the absolute error. This is the original. This is the expected. Now let us see the errors. Actually, how we are getting the errors. See, these are the error plots. For example, this red color plot is this is a linear regression is giving errors. It is in the order of 5 to 10 rupees only. 5 to 10 rupees means you can tell that actually sir it is huge value, but the stock value is, for example, the stock opening price closing price is 592 rupees, 392 rupees. Is the 5 to 10 rupees difference is not a big difference, I don't feel like, because we have not chosen very good models. That is the reason the error is more. Don't assume that all the models are good. That is the reason actually we are getting, but still reasonably see 0 to 5 rupees only all the errors. Means Actually, out of 400 rupees, it is 390 rupees up to 390 rupees. It is properly predicting, but there is a margin of five error in the prediction. That is 5 rupees error almost out of 392. This is the way it will do it. So, ma'am, actually, yeah. Yeah, actually, this is not for single model. This is for 4 algorithms. Actually, just a minute. I'll show you. We have written 4 algorithms here. For each algorithm, we have predicted the value. After predicting the value, see, this is the linear regression model. Then we have predicted the score, right? This is the predicted score of linear regression.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the predicted score of decision tree. Like that, random forest prediction score. So, like random forest, then extra tree. So these 4 prediction scores are available.
And
So
for
now
the
what?
4 predictions algorithm only, you have given that error model, sir.
4 prediction core for each prediction core. See, we have taken like original value minus the prediction score of LR algorithm. That is the prediction error of LR, linear regression.
Linear regression, right?
This is the original score, original test value minus the prediction value, so that the decision tree.
Okay, sir.
This is the random forest. This is the extra tree. So for
Okay.
each case, actually, I have calculated the absolute error. For which case, actually, the error is more. See, the stars are there. Extra tree is not performing well
Okay.
because the error is more. Do you observe, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This extra tree, because the magnitude of error is more than 10 rupees.
I could see. Yes.
But in linear regression, the error is below 5 rupees only.
Yes.
So in the order of 390 rupees stock value, the closing value is 392. But if you can see the order is this much is okay, commendable, I feel like. But it is not good algorithm. These are all good algorithms. Just I wanted to show some example of machine learning prediction algorithm. That's the reason. I don't say that these are the best algorithms for this problem. You have to work a lot and lot. Finally, you have to go to deep learning algorithm so that you have to make a best model or very good model so that your error should be minimized. It should be very less so that you can give it to the customer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It differs based on the data set we are going to use. Right,
Yes.
sir?
Just I have taken one sample data. Just I wanted to show you how algorithms work. That is only the motto of the session. It's not the motto of like making very good or best algorithm for this.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Any questions, queries, please?
So participants, if you have any doubts, kindly unmute your mic and you can ask.
Yeah, I'll share all the details actually. I'll share all the learning aid also, some important links I have. You will get all the information of deep learning, machine learning projects, sample papers, codes, data sets, all the learning help, learning aid completely from zero to hero. You'll become machine learning, zero to hero in machine learning, but provided you must have GIL in learning. Otherwise, you can't do it. Because this is more than sufficient. You can start from scratch, everything. They'll teach you like a mother. From basics to to the advanced level programming projects also they do. Every project is there like that only. So these are 500 plus ML projects are there. You'll get surprised to explore this much information. Once you learn the basics, you start practicing them, then you'll become the master. Your salary will be 20 lakhs minimum.
So what is the scope for this ML with respect to teaching fraternity?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, teaching fraternity means you want to tell the application. You want me to tell the application
No,
or
like research side, it will be useful, quite useful.
okay?
So further more, what will be the scope?
Yes,
If it
actually,
is with the ECE domain, so if I'm specific
yes.
with it.
Specifically the EC domain. Okay, fine. Actually, ML algorithm usually where the prediction, estimation, or detection is required, classification, usually we use them. So, in case of image processing, when we do with the image, biomedical signals, biomedical related disease classification, these ML algorithms are extensively used. And in the field of telecommunication, this particular actually algorithms are used, because to estimate the channel in the communication, will have the transmitter, will have the receiver, so there will be the communication between in between the
Yeah,
transmitter
n
and
number of
receiver.
channels, n number of receiving signals will be there.
Yeah,
That was
then
the question.
you have to estimate the channel, right? At the output, actually, you have to find out the channel. So that there you will use this, all these things. For channel estimation and detection, we use ML algorithms. Especially this regression problem is used in channel estimation technique.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Because actually, you have y is equals to hx matrix.
Yeah.
H is the channel matrix. We have to estimate the channel matrix. We have different maximum likelihood algorithm is there.
Yes.
Different compressed sensing algorithms are there. So different things are there. So
Least
in
square
that case, it
algorithms.
will be used.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.